You hear that? That ain't silence. That's pressure sitting. Concrete still warm from the day. Street light buzzing like it knows something. Wind cutting through these buildings like a blade looking for a name. Certain night. I don't gotta say it loud, the air already know. See, I walk different in places like this. Not fast, not slow, just certain. Back doors, I watch them. Grass, I keep it cut low, so the snake's exposed. If you know, you know. He steps. This ain't about comparison, I ain't measuring nobody, I ain't chasing. I'm him whether the crowd here or not. You feel that? That ain't fear, that's presence. When I step in the room, conversation shift, elbows swing heavy, not wild, just heavy. That a baseline you don't see coming, but your ribs feel it. These boots planted in reality, these shoulders built from pressure. This stands forged in nights exactly like this one. I done stood in alleys where promises died, where fake smiles peeled off like cheap paint, where envy crept low through the weeds, and I ain't fold, I ain't bent, I ain't break. You think calm means soft? You think quiet mean unsoft? Nah. Quiet mean already calculated. Quiet mean I already seen the angle. Quiet mean when I move it's final. Back door sealed, perimeter locked. Grass cut so clean I can see the slither before it twitch. You don't sneak on certain night. You don't outmaneuver still. You don't mistake stillness for weakness. I ain't heavy cause I said it. I'm here because when I walk, the ground recognize it. When I breathe, the night ain't just. When I look at you, the truth get uncomfortable. You ever felt the presence that didn't need applause? That's me. You ever stood across from a man who don't need comparison to dominate the space? That's me. Sir Night.
The night is in the building. Warning! It's a lot going on. Yeah, buddy. Let's remove this. It's all stemmed from child. Listen, give me 1.27 seconds before we go into it. Or should we go to... Let me see right quick. That's not what we're going to do. We'll go here. This is where it stemmed from. So this was then... Here we go. 2 days ago. Let me see. Get the right spot. Mm-mm-mm. Do-do-do-do-do. Here we go. Found it. Let's make sure we get our banner up. Pow. And we're going to download this so it won't be interrupted. And it's at an hour and a half. While we wait for it to download, we'll just look at it this way. Share. Hopefully it won't be interrupted too quickly. Here we are. There we go. Let's see. Why does it look small like that? Let's close this. There we are. Okay.
Well said. So it's safe to say that lust is neutral. It's the application, right?
Mm-hmm.
So just like, money's neutral, a weapon's neutral until you apply a certain energy towards it.
Yeah,
So
like even with money.
So your intentions
Money
mean
is
everything. That's what y'all saying.
Yeah. Like even
Okay.
like
there you go.
It's
So you
not
never
that
know
money-
a person's
money,
intentions.
It's not that money is generally evil. It's the love of it. So do you worship this? Are you operating out of a form of idolatry when it comes to money? Because money is a necessity. We all desire money, but is that your God? So that's when it becomes an issue.
Let me ask you. Can I ask you this? Let me ask you this. If you love somebody and you like to spice it up in the bedroom, that's not perversion. That's just having a healthy relationship.
Yeah, you said love. Love and lust are two different things, and I think people need to learn to separate the two. They're completely different.
We used to get wild up in that piece, but we love each other.
That nigga stupid.
We love each other, but we used to get
Nothing
wild.
is wrong with yeah.
I mean, talking about breaking out the
So
ready.
my question is,
I mean, come on now.
Do you guys lust over your God?
I don't
Yes.
think that I can put God and lust in the same sentence because lust is the God and lust don't even go together.
Sure.
Now, love, do I love my God? Absolutely. Do I lust over my
But
God?
God is love.
We're trying to make something that's really nothing. That doesn't even make sense.
Right, because you're saying ungoverned desire over God.
I would.
It doesn't even like. There's no. I mean, okay. So, would you use the term lust to express the way you feel about God? No, because lust has a sexual undertone or connotation, or something obsessive. So, can you obsessively love God? That's an interesting question.
Well,
Right.
let me
And
ask
then
you
when
this. Go ahead.
you can't lust over God, because lust is by definition self-centered desire that seeks to consume. That
Mm.
seeks to consume. And when you understand God, God cannot be consumed. So that doesn't even make sense. Lust is about control. It's about possessing, accessing, and using something for personal gratification. But God is not an object to possess. So that doesn't even make sense.
Well said.
I mean, that's the thing is, people in their mind can make something God, and that's what they possess.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I mean, like I think in certain cultures, what do they got? Buddha, like Buddha
Yeah.
is something, or like a statue or some shit. I don't know, some weird ass. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway,
Well, here, unique as in biblical context, lust, when used to describe sin, often implies a selfish, disordered, or adulterous desire, e.g., looking at someone else's spouse. Well said.
Yeah. So if you are, look, in other words, lust doesn't apply to.
We read these definitions and get our interpretations and give up definitions. It's not easily understood. It's not easily understood. Hey, Adrian Nicole. Hey, TMKC. It's not easily understood. We keep making things seem like, oh, this is so simple. I don't understand why you don't understand. Oh, it's this precept and this concept. I listen. In my older age, I would say probably after 30 something, I really don't think people used to tell me all the time, oh, you're so smart. Oh, I don't think I'm all that smart. Because everybody make it seem like, oh, this is pretty simple. It's not as simple as they try to make it seem, y'all. If it was so simple, everybody would be doing it. I listened to I haven't listened to her in a minute, but I used to listen to, I think her name is Erica Williams. She talks about real estate and making money a lot. And she always talks about these people that are business owners are not smart. They're dumb and this is easy. And I listened to her for quite some time. I must be dumber than them then. I went into this real estate thing and thought this is all going to be so easy. The minute I got into here, it was a money pit. I thought, okay, I done went and changed all the light bulbs, all the door handles, fixed doors, and this. People came here and saw the smallest little thing and critiqued it, and it had to be fixed. Then that was my first property management company. To the point where these little bitty tiny things got to where the tenant didn't have to pay the mortgage for 10 months. So I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? So then I went through some people, and they supposed to have these nonprofit people that's supposed to have something like attorneys, but they're not attorneys. They're called Parker Stan, to go after the property management company and the maintenance company because I paid maintenance to come up here and repair all these issues. Now, the reason why I didn't know they weren't repaired, because I live in the back house, they live in the front house. The stuff is locked up. I can't just go in the tenant's place. So when the tenant left probably in month 8. So the apartment was empty for 2 months. So then we had to do something to be able to go into the apartment because you couldn't legally go into there. So I got talking with my lender. My lender's like, just break in there. I'm not breaking into nothing until they legally say I can go in there. I'm not going into nothing. I get in there. But I don't really get overwhelmed or really easily angered or any of those kind of things. But I went there, they just tore the place up. They bought a brand new stove. It took me 3 or 4 cans of Easy Off oven cleaner to clean the grease off of a brand new stove. So what that said to me is that they never even wiped or washed the stove off. The floor had good black. I mean, they were complaining about itty bitty things to the point where they didn't have to pay for anything. But the maintenance of it was just nasty. Just nasty. Everything was nasty. I don't know how you could live in that, but I know people that live in that. I watch a lot of old school movies and stuff, and in those movies, you'll see somebody live in an all white place, and you can see all the gook and nastiness on the place, and you'd be like, we never lived like that. As soon as we were going to a place, my mother would be like, go to Standard Brand, take a chip of this, get some paint matching. We were going there painting, fixing plumbing, dealing with mildew or whatever. Since I was super young, she wasn't finna live like that. Even the front of the house, they used to do graffiti. She said, cut a piece of that wall out. I say, for what? You finna go to Standard Brand. That was a paint place. And color match. Get it to them. They're gonna put in a thing and they're gonna spin up some paint. Just 1 gallon. And we'll be out there painting over that stuff. She wasn't concerned about what nothing else was going on. She's the type of person. The grass ain't growing here. Let's go get some grass seeds. Get some grass in front of this house. Let's plant a tree or something. So when I see, it's about pride and ownership. I don't want to be no slumlord. So the first property management people came in here, took pictures of everything, and everything is great. Cool. Month number 1, the front door lock or something about the lock. Now I'm living in here. I'm looking at this person leave and come. So how is you don't have the lock for the door, or you can't lock the door? But it just was petty things every single month. So I buy a lock, leave it on the front porch. There you go. New entry door locks with the keys in there. I don't even need to have a copy of them. You can put. I'm not finna put no lock on nothing. Okay, so then the maintenance people come out here to put a lock on, $200 to take to the old locks, the old door handles off, because it's 4. It's the dead 2 deadbolts and 2 handles. To take $200, I got to get in the maintenance company evidently. $200 to change a lock. Then the next thing was the thermostat. Come to find out the thermostat didn't have a battery in it. That's $75 to put a battery in a thermostat. Came in, medicine cabinets were perfectly fine. I get a picture. The medicine cabinet door is ripped off. It's like it's a 4-mirror medicine cabinet, because you can open up the 2 side doors, and it's like I don't know what they call them mirrors, where you can see both sides of your face in the front. But yeah, one of the doors is ripped off. And I'm starting to talk to the property management like, so when she destroys things, I have to pay for it. Why? Then a plug was blown out. I said, yeah, but the plug wasn't blown. Well, maybe because it's old outlets. Not those plugs in the bathroom. Those are new. I just don't get it. Let's change from this here, because I don't want a commercial to interrupt. So let me see something right quick. Let me go over here. Oh, it's still downloading. So we're just going to have to see some commercials through this part. Got to download ahead of time, but let's go back to it. But you got to understand when people come in with their own agenda, when they come in to change the conversation. Let's continue to listen. This is the Book of RLM. That's Mike. That's Tough Guy. That's Mo Love. That's Entwine. It's been causing a lot of confusion lately, and I don't know who Frank is.
Someone that you personally love. In other words, your mate, you know? And the whole thing is that lust is only a sin when you're coveting your neighbor's wife. You know, that's when it goes into the lust. But I don't think you can ever lust after your own woman. Like if you're a committed relationship and you're married, there's no lust there. It's just
exactly.
it's excitement. It's excitement.
That's what I'm saying. Married in the bedroom, do what you do.
You
get what I'm saying? Like you are in covenant with that person. I'm speaking towards people who are just in the moment. No type of commitment. It's just what does my body crave in this moment? That's what lust is.
And it's the greatest thing, young lady. The greatest thing is that when you do lust after a stranger and you're done, 99% of the time you feel like crap afterwards.
What do they call that?
Buyer's remorse.
Post-nut clarity.
No, it's like buyer's remorse. That's what we call it. The girls do that shit. Girls be having sex with guys, and then they be trying to like say that they did something to them, but they know that what they did. You know what I'm saying?
But I'd like to give a little pushback on that clarity, though, because a lot of the times when people say they've fallen out of love with their partner, what they're really saying is they've fallen out of lust, right? Because I still, to this day, love my ex. Like I wish him only the best, and God forbid if he called me tomorrow and he needed me for something, I would like to think that I would be there for him, and that's love, right? But
my thing with that though, so when you have a new man, but you got this love that you never fell out with that old man, and you say, "Oh no, I would just help him." There's nothing. There's not going to be anything that's going to violate. Yeah. Our money going to other people that was your ex-lovers, you don't think that's crazy? I got an old girlfriend that, we used to be intimate with. We ain't got no kids together or nothing, but I used to be with her. If she called me and she need her tire change, my new girl is going to be okay with that? That doesn't mean you have to hate that person. That just means that when stuff is over, why isn't it over?
But I don't lust after him. So I think there is still a healthy level of lust that one should have with their partner, because without that lust, which is very important when it comes to your drive, your want, your desire for your partner, then it's easy to lose the love. I think you need that flame, and I think that's what fans out, and I think that's what people give up, because they equate love and lust to the same thing. I think we should separate them even when it comes to talking about your significant other.
But we want to get to the conversation. I think the conversation starts to jump off when I get up there and he came back. All right, here. Let's go.
It's not going to be anything.
I'm just fucking with him. No, he said some shit crazy to me before, so until he did apologize. That's right, he did.
I apologize to you, tough guy. I'm sorry.
You did. Okay, all right.
But see, that's the thing. Just paying attention to how he behaved after this, those apologies aren't real. Again, this is Antoine. Or they call him Antoine for some reason.
We good.
I think look, even on my last live, I said I give kudos to RLM. I said RLM leaving the Gospel Bob, in my opinion, is a good thing. In my opinion. Now there's other people that would disagree with me.
You left?
No, I'm not saying she left, but she's doing her own thing on her own terms. That's what I mean by that.
Okay.
I think she's, from my conclusion, I think she's still cool with them. I think she's still kikis and does her thing over there. Now, but look, me and Arlen's beef, I think it came from a misunderstanding at the end of the day. Looking at it from like looking out, looking in, I think it came from a misunderstanding, because there was a lot going on and there was a lot of.
So first, beef with Tough Guy. Now second, beef with RLM. Listen.
Emotions involved, because I used to work for the Gospel of Bob, and I feel like, in my personal opinion, they did me dirty. They did me dirty. So maybe I felt
Beef number 3. They said he did something. He said they did something. Now, that's Tough Guy, RLM, and the Gospel of Bob, and that's typically Skywalker and Ert, but he be over there with Ert, so I guess Ert ain't tripping no more. So that's Skywalker. So that's 4 people now, right? No, 3. RLM, Tough Guy, Skywalker.
influenced by that emotion, and I still see her hanging out and talking to them. Maybe that fed into something somewhere at the point. But I think that I've told RLM this. I told RLM this. I told her in the DMs. I told her, I think that the Gospel of Bob needs you than you need them. That's something that I've always told her. I mean, not always, but I have told her that. Yeah. I feel like she can do her own thing and be successful at it. Now, look, everyone else that came into the beef, because at the end of the day, the beef came from dinner with 777. Right. Let's be real here. He came at me and he thought that I was just gonna be some little ass person on the internet and just take it. But he did not. He was not aware that I'm willing to make a channel.
So now this is for RLM, Tough Guy, Skywalker, and now 777. This is 4 now.
And defend myself, and which I did. And it had nothing to do with Here for the Tea. It had nothing to do for Childless and Pocket, Mo Love, Tough Guy, Nightish, RLM. It had nothing to do with y'all. It was just simply me going after this guy that had a bunch of shit to say about me online. And that's it. Maybe I could have been the bigger person and been like, oh, let me be a good Christian and forget about this and ignore him and da 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 da. But no, I decided to engage and defend myself. And I don't feel bad about it. I'm sorry. And if people got involved and wanted to talk shit about me, I feel like I'm coming from a justified place in defending myself. That's how I feel about that.
So, in the back of the house, I always coached you, like, or give you props for standing up for yourself. So I think we can both agree on that. I also spoke out on the fact that I didn't like the way that he trolled. I think we can agree on that. Like, I've been very vocal. There's certain like trolls and like jokes that I found to be less than desirable, and everyone knew that that's how I felt. And I always told Anton, I'm like, I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. Because there's only, there is only so much that someone can take on their sexuality, on who they are as a person before they have to fight back. And there was just certain lines that were, I guess, boundaries were made for certain people.
Arlen, don't kiss my ass. Like, I feel like you're kissing my ass. Like,
no, but I'm speaking honestly. This is honestly up until what went on. I think what happened is that other people got involved, and I think everyone kind of fed off of that energy, the drama energy, and then it just kind of spiraled. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, we're all human. And like, if you got mad people in your ear or like in your circle telling you or pushing you to do something, or even like you're just feeling hurt and you want to get back at somebody, I think those are all just natural human responses. I think it's just like what you do with it after the fact, and I think we all learn something from it. I'll definitely not. I've learned I won't break the fourth wall. Like, I'm usually I'm a good vault when it comes to people's secrets, and I made a mistake and I repeated something I shouldn't have, and I own that. And because I did that, that's where it all spiraled from there. So I own that part. So it is what it is, though. I mean, like, did we hurt each other? Did we kill each other's family members? Did we
right?
No, and definitely not Arlen. Like, I would honestly, Arlen, like, I've always thought you're a baddie. Like, I've just thought that of you. I've always just thought you were a bad bitch. And honestly, like, I feel like, now thinking back, I kind of feel bad. Like, I kind of feel like I'm sorry. I shouldn't have came at you the way that I did. And honestly, if you want me to get rid of the videos, I'll do that right now. Like,
I thought it was hysterical. I was like, damn, she's got a little ass waist, a big butt, and big ass titties. She looks a little mad. But like, shit, Like it is what
I
it
think
is.
that's the stream I was on. The one where you had RLM as the thumbnail.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look, I'm not trying to do that with y'all. Like, shit, I don't even know. Go ahead, y'all.
I don't understand what's going on. To be honest, I just know that I was advised of something that took place the other night. So when you mentioned, could you hit the link? I just didn't see. I felt like that could have made room for a mess, and that would have got me off topic. But I was advised that you did a stream or something about my sister, so that will always be an issue with me. I don't even know what took place. I didn't find that out until I was live last night. You know.
Person number 5. Person number 5. Let's see. Has it finished downloading? It has not. But yeah, that's the thing in these YouTube streets. People sometimes choose to be a character. I don't choose to be a villain, good guy or bad guy. More neutral, try to be more objective. But people don't see that about me. They somehow, I don't know why they don't. I really don't go to these places to do this, but you go to these places and people are already trolling because they already got their little groups. So since they come from the chaotic truth camp and then went over there to the Gospel of Bob, the thing that happened over there at the chaotic truth camp is a thing that happened between John Galt and me. So John Galt decided to do whatever that was, which is, I don't really even think it's personal to me. I think it's just his perspective on black people in general, and I just happen to be black. So his thing with me is that I'm too light to be black. He's blacker than me. And that turned into the, F John Galt in the song or whatever. So when he went over there to Chaotic when I was there, he did this whole thing about I did something to him. And that's where the clip you see where he's yelling and losing his mind, talking about how much it costs to kick me off the panel or whatever else. And then people picked his side because he be over there. So then they took that drama from CT channel over to the Gospel of Bob channel where I was at. But now the Gospel of Bob, I guess, I don't know, unless they're completely blind, didn't understand that those people came from Chaotic channel, supporting John over to their channel, in the chat, roasting and doing whatever else. And, for the most part, I kind of ignore the chat. I don't get overwhelmed with it. But when I see somebody writing paragraphs about me and I'm like, how do you even know me? Then they'll tell on themselves, I've been watching you for this long. I've been in the clouds and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, okay, so you're a fan. I say, okay, you say that. Did you ever support the channel? And then I'll go, well, why not, brother? Because I really be trying to understand that. I know people are used to getting things for free, but people tell me they enjoy my content, they enjoy my reactions and whatever else, but then they have an issue with supporting the channel. Why? And I'm not telling people to do more than they can do, but why? Why you have an issue with supporting the channel? And why are you trying to drive people away? See, there is no content of me saying, don't mess with John Galt. There's no content of me saying that I'm a better whatever than John Galt. That don't exist. But there's plenty of content where he's saying that why you listen to Angry Man, why you listen to Izzy Benz, why you listen. In fact, a part of his argument is, why do you listen to this fat, dumb, diabetic, all this? He has things saying that. My thing is, why in your whatever are you trying to destroy a fellow content creator? Entwine is about to go through a whole tangent of stuff right here. He goes after people and, mocks them and does all kind of stuff. I'm not telling you not to go support Entwine, but here's the thing about Entwine. He weaponizes his homosexuality. And I think that's kind of scary. Because you're starting stuff and then you go into, well, I'm this from this group XYZ.
No. Once you came in my chat, then that's when the emails and messages started.
And whoever that was you just pulled up, respectfully, F you.
What? That was. What are you talking about, Nick?
That girl, Unique, whatever her name, you just pulled up.
She said congratulations on your.
No, not about your congratulations. I'm just saying, period.
But he's talking about Andrea.
What her name is.
All I'm gonna say is that
What you say respectfully, Knight? I know you about to say some dumb shit, so respectfully, F you.
I supported Mo Love and T before this
That
dinner guy
remind
came
me of
around.
my uncle.
Before this dinner guy came around, I supported y'all. I was in your guys' chat, and he came out of nowhere and ruined shit. So if that's the case, then let that be the case. And you know what, Mo Love, I feel like personally, this is just how I feel. I feel like T was talking mad shit about me, and I feel like I came out here playing a caricature of her. And if you look at that live, if you look at my last live, I was not talking about her at all. Like it was just the intro, and then that's it. The rest of the live was about,
I haven't even watched.
Respect your elders, little girl.
Okay, so the live was actually about.
Even like 2 months ago, when somebody advised me that while my sister was streaming, you were showing her stream as she was live
because of dinner.
Hold on, y'all were
because of dinner.
Your peers, right? I understand, but your peers were making comments about my sister, calling her transformer.
And let's stop there right there. It should be some code of conduct. It should be a little bit of decorum. They're different than the sector I come up out of, but in our sector, we don't do that. I'm not going to stream your stream while you're alive. That's bad. That's no good. I'm not finna, me personally, I'm not going to dox you. Me personally, I'm not going to try to get people to not go to your channel. But a lot of the people that we intermingle with, like Bomb, I never seen Bomb do that. A lot of the people that we intermingle with, we may have our arguments and disagreements and whatever else. But no, we're not going to stream your stream while you live. We're not finna be flagging you. That's a no-no. That's a no-go. I'm not and folks got all kind of content about me. Oh, super disrespectful. They be like, well, why you don't want to? Because I want you to understand who that person is. What you mean? What you say about me says more about you than it says about me. The things you do to me says more about you than it says about me. Well, why you do X, Y, and Z? Oh, because I thought we was cool. I treat you different than these people I don't really know. I've been knowing you for some years now, so you might ask me to do something. I go woo, 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 and just go ahead and get that to you. People that's brand new that I'm just getting to know and whatever else, we don't have that kind of relationship. But people I've been knowing for some years now, I've been knowing Raw for some years now. I've been knowing Cell for some years now. And Fatty and Bomb and Sharon and all. That's why I don't really believe in trying to get into no real back and forth with Sharon. What I had to say about Sharon is old as dirt. When he bring it up, I'll be like, that is ancient. And that was just about panel etiquette. And panel etiquette is, sometime, like for instance, I don't want to hear you talking about nobody's moms and kids. I had somebody over there one time, Imperious that came up, and Imperious tried to do a lot of little racist stuff. And then a person on the panel who I mess with asked him, what's going on with him, and then started asking him about his mother. And I'm like, no, don't do that. He said, I'm not finna say nothing disrespect. I said, I don't want you, because here's the thing. You trying to get to know this racist? Nothing you about to say, asking him about his mother and all this other stuff is finna change his mind. All it's gonna do is prolong the conversation. I would prefer you not bring up his mother, his girlfriend, his kids, nothing. Me personally. Now y'all can exchange I don't know. be in somebody Discord or exchange IGs, whatever else. If you want to do a deep dive in him psychologically, because I don't need to do a deep dive. If you do too much, I'm just gonna drop you. I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna bang you. I'm just gonna drop you. And if you just want to troll, I'm gonna tell the people, okay, it's a troll here. Troll the troll. And I don't have no deep emotional commitment to it, but if you just want to come up on panels and just be vulgar and derogatory, and that's what they try to say about me. You go on panels and no, I do not. I do not say this kind of stuff that man say. I don't do nothing like that. Well, you came up on the panel one day and said, I said, okay, so let's talk about it. I came on your panel months, right? Do you remember I was on the panel months and none of that ever happened? But you know what happened during those months? No, what happened, brother? It was, are you still woke when you're going to sleep? Are you drunk? Over and over and over from multiple people. So then at some point, are you going to go to sleep? Are you drunk? I'm going to fight back. If you don't like the way I fight back, that's a you thing. But you know, when I fight back, I'm not finna bring up your kids. I'm not finna bring up your wife. I'm not trying to get personal. I'm not trying to, what these people be doing. I'm not finna, what do they call it? Screenshot stuff you said. I'm not finna do all of that stuff. First of all, because I don't care enough. But in the moment, I'm going to say something to you. If your feelings get hurt, why didn't you care about my old man feelings when you went through all the stuff you said over all them months? Don't remember that, huh? That's the thing about Antwine. You messing with 777. You're messing with RLM. You're messing with T. You're messing with... It's too many people. And then when they all go after you, then you're going to do because I'm from this community, that's why y'all attack me. No. You being an equal combatant in this I want to be a villain guy thing.
I think so. I understand you didn't say anything, but when you are the host of the mess that's going on, it still puts you in that same box.
I actually watched back that stream that you talking about, my love. I was actually defending her. I listened back to make sure I did not say anything.
Videos while people
and you were also laughing while they were insulting and disrespecting her as well.
No. I don't think I was being unfair to T at all. I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think I was being unfair to T at all. I was stream sniping her live because of dinner. It had nothing to do with her. The stream was actually named after Dinner with 777. Someone in the chat message was like, "Hey, Dinner's on T's stream right now. Go hit
I understand what.
Now they looked at what he did, so we're gonna fast forward to this where he started crying and left. But they looked at this show he's describing right now that Mo is talking about, and in this incident, Mo was right. So we're gonna fast forward a little bit. I don't see me loving nobody but you. Oh, so it was pretty quick because I don't see him on here no more. Or did he come back? Oh, so he's going to do it shortly. Much more time. Let's let it play then.
The objective was, but when I chimed in, you were showing my sister's live stream.
Yeah, that's
right. And that puts her in the mess. And the people on the panel were disrespecting her, joking about her. So regardless of what the stream was about initially, it took a turn. And when I chimed in again, my sister was the topic of discussion. So,
okay, then I'll take that L. Then if that's what you guys want to put me on, that I'm like messy like that I'm trying to go after everyone or something like that.
Don't put words in my mouth. I'm just
don't take it personal. Just
the only thing that I mentioned was when I saw the stream. This is something I saw with my own eyes, not he say she say. when I tuned into the stream, I'm letting you know what took place from my observation. So I didn't say all the things that you just stated.
I mean, is it possible to separate the person from the friend? Like, is it possible to have your hatred towards Trip and not like conflate everyone else along with it?
Definitely, and that was not the case before 777 came into the game. He came out of nowhere. I already established a relationship with the Gospel of Bob,
Right.
Here for the Tea, and Mo Love. I already was supporting their channels. I was like hitting them up, going on their channels. But then he came out of nowhere and was like, did his thing, and then I'm the bad guy all of a sudden. So that shit pissed
And
me
this,
the fuck.
and I'll say this, and he 777 already know my stance. I've already had a discussion with him about how you can align with the word. You can tell somebody what the truth is and how their lifestyle is out of order. But at the end of the day, nobody has the power to condemn anybody and tell them their faith, because we're all human and we all make mistakes.
Right.
So that's the stance that I took with him.
And so
And I said, if you're not speaking the truth in love, people are not going to be receptive to what you're saying. Telling people you're going to rape their family or whatever, telling them they got diseases, there's no wisdom in that. So that's the part of the behavior that I call out, regardless if it's 777, whoever it is.
Okay, so then why? Okay, so this is my thing, because this shit gets me emotional too, because low key it's like, I feel like I shouldn't be okay with this at all. And I feel like I really was standing up for myself. I do feel like that. I feel like I'm justified in the shit that I
now
have.
when it comes to him, that's y'all. But when it comes to Here for the Tea, that's my right.
Okay, but the thing is, she was talking shit about me for no reason. I didn't do shit to her.
And you did too, though. From what
No,
I
I
saw.
didn't. No, I don't agree. I don't think that I was I don't think she was justified in the shit she was saying about me. I don't think so. Personally, maybe she could come on. Hold on, maybe she could come on and say, "Oh yeah, this kind of
not here."
Yeah, she's not here. We could like organize it. Yeah, to have like.
Yeah, and keep in mind. Oh, I'm sorry, Arlen.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, keep in mind. God knows the day that I left your stream, I don't know what's going on when all the mess transpired.
Yeah, because you don't watch my streams. You just take what everyone says about my streams and you take that as the truth.
You're making this something else. That wasn't my point. So I didn't know all of this mess transpired. The last I knew, you and RLM was at odds and she was cussing you out. That's how much out of the loop I am. So to see you in her chat tonight was a shock to me. You're correct. I don't frequent your channel. I don't frequent a lot of channels.
You don't.
So please don't take it personal. It's not, because it's Antoine, my love, don't support. No. A lot of people will say you don't support my show, and it's not personal. I have a very full life outside of, the streams that I do and going on my sister's lives, but I don't want you to feel like you're singled out. When you do talk about my sister, then yeah,
you can't care nothing about that stuff.
It becomes personal because again, we're two content creators that are good. Hold on real quick. So a lot of the conversations about
somebody like you're gonna get dropped and timed out because they're arguing right now. All that shit is gonna blow over like whatever.
Yeah, and a lot of the conversations about F it, it's just YouTube. Don't take anything.
Like this little girl in the chat.
Can't.
Why would I spend a whole lot of time other than right now?
All right, Night. Let Mo finish.
Okay, so
let Mo finish.
When because I will forget. So the stance of F it's just YouTube. Don't take it personal. Y'all crazy to be really. I can't take that stance because Here for the Tea is my blood sister. So when something is involving her, I have to take it personal. That's just what it is.
And honestly, you doing that, if you did anything else, Mo Love, I would think twice about you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So no, like I'm not trying to hate on right now. Look, I'm drinking tonight, y'all, and I'm kind of letting my emotions go right now. RLM is letting me do this, so fuck it. Like I'm gonna let it go. But that's just how I feel, y'all. So
do you drink to let it go, or do you just let it go all the time?
Huh?
From a neutral standpoint, like from a place of looking from the outside looking in, I think where the anguish comes in is that from the outside, I'm not saying that this is the case, that the trip just gets a lot more allowances on saying some crazy ass shit that other people get held to the fire for.
Yeah.
But I think it's also because Trip has been around a lot longer, and so these people have relationships longer than since you and I, Antoine, have been around.
Yeah, elementary school.
Right. And so there's certain things that he says that I'm like, what the like, but people also, but people that know him say, oh, that's just him. Whereas if I were to say it, or if Baba were to say it, or if Antoine were to say it, it'd be like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a bunch of hymns though.
Yeah.
And that's why we go back and forth. And shout out to 777, but he knows that when Mo Love hits the link, if you say something completely out of order, and I know that I'm not the moral police, but when you get to talking about who deserves to be raped, effing dead corpse, making fun of the deceased, those are things that I don't play with, and it'll never be funny to me, and nobody can shame me for calling those things out. I think that's ridiculous. I think there are too many other things that you can joke about outside of making fun of somebody losing some of the nearest and dearest people to them.
Wait, he said that?
You will never get away with that in my presence.
He normally says stuff like that.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because I did it to him and he lost his fucking shit.
Well, he was probably waiting for you to do it to him.
I did it about his mother, and it was just, and he got so.
And if
offended,
somebody does that to him, if somebody was to make fun of whatever, like 777 losing somebody,
yeah, but it's
they get the same smoke. I'm gonna call that person out. So
Okay,
the same way
can I just say like the things that frustrate me? Like, I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna be
all that stuff you said at first wasn't the thing.
No, hold on, Night.
I held on twice. All those things you said earlier wasn't the things that frustrate you?
No.
So why did you say all that shit then? You could have just
well, Night, then let me explain it then. Okay.
But her listen as much.
Okay.
You can change the whole direction of the show.
Night, you're not even in this drama. So what are you doing?
It ain't no drama. You just making up shit to be mad about.
Yeah.
You drunk to be fake mad.
Keep thinking that. Keep thinking that. Anyways, all I'm gonna say is that, you know what?
I'll be mad sober. I don't have to get drunk to go off on one of you people.
Okay,
I'll get my best behavior because I'm on RLM channel.
You gonna be on your best behavior. You gonna be on your best behavior regardless. First of all,
Arlen, you look so cute.
Oh, thank you, Mama.
All I'm gonna say, I don't want. Look, I'm gonna sound like a little bitch right now because that's the internet sector that we're in right now. Because everything, whenever you decide to be the victim, you're a bitch. But anyways, this guy has said that I'm a pedophile. This guy has said that I have AIDS. This guy has said that I'm having sex with my dad and my uncle. What else? This guy has said that just the most.
Yeah, it's been some pretty vile shit.
Have you been?
I'm like, did you really just say that?
Have you been listening to YouTube this week?
Okay, no. Okay, shut the fuck up.
I'm asking you a question
Shut the
because
fuck
that
up.
word's been used repetitively this week.
Okay,
No,
so this is what I'm talking about. I cannot be vulnerable with y'all because y'all make fun of me. See, here we go.
No, I'm not making fun. I said that's pretty vile shit. Like, for me, the deal breaker was he would get a blowjob from a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Legal or not, and I don't even mean to laugh. That's when I was like, okay. And then,
so Arlen. So what I'm saying is that why can't I make a skit about it and make a joke out of this shit? Like, that's my fucking approach. Because if I don't do that, then I'm gonna fucking go crazy and shit.
Did you
know
do
what I mean?
Obviously, he didn't do those things, Knight.
He didn't do a skit about it?
No. Oh, yeah, he did a skit. He didn't do the actual.
What are you talking about? If I don't do it, you did do it.
I don't think anybody had a problem with the skit. I think it's when the collateral damage came in, when all the other people got like tied into it. That's what I think it kind of went left, you know? Because, I mean, to be honest, the way that I've only ever seen the way that, shout out to T, that she's managed her channel, even with Trip up on the panel, she would let you up, Antoine. She would let you up to say your piece, so she wouldn't side
Wait,
automatically.
who?
T.
No. She would let me up. She would let me up, but she would talk shit about me while she's doing it.
Okay. I would have to go. I that's not, as a watcher, the perspective I got from her. I always saw that she was trying to be as fair as possible, like neutral, without being biased. And at the end of the day, you have to accept a little.
I have a clip of her literally the first time this came up on her channel, of her letting 777 and Michael Doogie just saying the most vile shit. I'm gonna go to hell. I'm the biggest faggot, or blah 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 blah. And she was just there being like, "Oh yeah, just stop, guys." And then when I wanted to come up on her channel, she was not letting me up. She was like, Antoine, you're gonna bring the drama. You're gonna bring the issues. You're gonna bring. And then I'm like, but you're letting them say such vile shit about me on your channel right now. But I'm gonna bring the drama. I'm literally backstage on StreamYard. And she's telling me, no, I can't let you up. I can't let you up. I have a clip of this. I have a literally clip of this, of her doing this. And you want to say that I'm the problem. I'm not saying.
No, I'm not. I wasn't saying you were the problem. I'm just saying, as an observer, from what I've seen, I haven't seen everything, obviously. So I can't say I've seen it all. But the times that I did watch, she would let you up and at the very least speak your piece. Like
for some reason, I feel like y'all, this community, which is fine, which is completely fine. I feel like I'm not saying you guys specifically, but I'm saying like the majority of people in this community don't like the fact that I'm fucking gay and then I'm outspoken and being
so gay. Let me say this, Antoine. Anytime that he's taken that position, I remind him again, none of us can condemn anybody to hell. We all have things that
then hold up. Why did you let that Freezy
and listen, let me say that your conversation with Freezy had nothing to do with me. As me being the woman, if you notice on my channel, when men are conversing, a lot of times I sit back and let y'all have it. Yeah. So don't blame me. You know how me
and I'm not. I never blamed you for that. I never blamed you for that, my love.
Right, but let me say this. Deal with me how you deal with me. How did I handle you when you were asking me questions about your life? I told you what the word says and why it would be out of order. And
right, and that's why I like you.
You know what? The people that handled you incorrectly, the people that say that they align with the word, because you can speak the truth, but if you come from a self,
I feel like y'all are trying to make me seem like I'm like some crazy ass person.
Not me.
No, because I feel like y'all are trying to make me seem like I'm some crazy ass person.
Don't put are you putting more love in that box?
No, I feel like that. I feel like that right now. I really feel like y'all are making me seem like I'm some crazy ass person, and all I do is defend myself online from you motherfuckers because y'all are the crazy ones. Y'all are the crazy ones.
Antoine, your problem.
And see, this is the kind of thing some of these people do in the space. JP is one of them. They come up there talking about something completely different. This is supposed to be about dark triad women. That's what the conversation was about. They was talking about lust before he got up there. Dark female psychology, women in media. Dark female psychology, women in media. They were talking about lust before he got there. And he turned it into who he's beefing with. And y'all people are doing something to him. I don't mess with him. I understand he's gay. He come over to my channel. Him, 10th man, your choice of sexuality, why does it have to be public? I mean, we're on the channel, we're talking about a subject matter. I don't come on panels and go, listen, y'all, I'm a heterosexual. I don't get because you like dudes why you need to make an announcement everywhere you go. I'm confused. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking crazy. I don't get that. And then it'd be talking so long. Nobody else can talk because now it's the Entwine show. Or if JP comes up there, all his issues with women. Now it's the JP show. Pay attention to them people that just come to your channel and just make it all about them. Now me, I'm pretty sure I was sober that night, but when people do that right there, it's not a lot of things that bother me that people do on these YouTube streets. But when people come over and just totally dominate your show, it's a few people that, you know, used to be on my channel too that would do that. But if it's just them there, I'll let them rock out. But if we got a panel, you can't just be long-winded and then get mad at me because I'm saying, listen, it's a bunch of people up here. You do this all the time. No, but let me finish. No, listen what I'm saying. I've heard it all. And if people that watch your channel, and they do, they've heard it all. You're not saying nothing new, brother. But I want to finish my point. You have a whole channel. Show after show after show. It's the same thing. We get it. We get it. We get it. Edwin throw all them Molotov cocktails, and then when they come back at him, he do this right here. It's crazy.
Nobody cares if you're gay. That's not the point.
Right, and
it's because you gossip about
No,
people.
because like I try to be strong for so long. I try to be strong for y'all for so long, but y'all are always trying to come at me and tell me shit that I don't like. I don't like that you guys call me that shit, and you guys support people that do that shit.
No,
You can't speak from our love. Please don't.
No, honey, don't. First of all, don't get upset.
Do you know how many people have
let's just like bring it down a little bit. Let's just bring it down. We ain't nobody trying to not trying to do anything like that. Like, you know,
nobody did do anything like that. What I was saying was that you taking over the whole show. The show was fun and light, and you trying to bring it down. After saying, but when I went after our limb, I think she misunderstood it. And then when I went after 777 is because he said something to me. And then when I went after tough guy, you know, I just said, and then right after this, right after this show, you doubled down. And you doubled down on tough guy. You went back after T. What's going on, brother? Because you said this right here, and T was in the chat, and that's her sister up there. They said, well, he said he didn't do nothing but this. Let's go look at it. You put a wig on and put lipstick on and said that you was pretending to be her, and everything you was saying was some crazy stuff. But let's move forward. Let's move forward. Let me see. This is let's see, shrink this down. I want to understand the community. Because people be saying that we misunderstanding, and I'm trying to understand what's the misunderstanding that we misunderstanding. So I'm confused. And then the other thing that'd be crazy, somebody would be super long-winded and all them would say, let him finish. No, why? Why? If you leave him alone, he'll never stop talking. If you leave him alone, there will never be no end to that. And that's what folks will do. They'll just come over there with some beef they had on a whole nother channel and try to beef on your channel. That was the first time me and Izzy got into it. I'm on my channel, minding my business. Thanos is the king over there. Izzy come over and he just started going off on Thanos. And I'm like, what is happening right now? They wasn't too clear. So I went to Izzy channel and tried to find out what it was about. Then I found out what it was about. Then he went off on me. I'm like, well, wait a minute, brother. What? Is that fair? Because I've never done it on this channel. We years in later. I don't care what's going on. I'm not finna take something that's going on between me and one person and then come over and try to derail your complete show. I'm on Chaotic channel. I'm up there. We chopping it up. I'm not getting into it with nobody. And we got a chat full of people that's roasting me. I'm not responding to them. We got people on the panel cracking jokes. Chaotic is laughing at it. I'm not saying nothing to them. I'm keeping it moving. I'm talking about the topic, the subject matter. Then John come up there screaming, I must have dropped this. I'm like, that's wild. And instantly, Chaotic drive me boot. Why? Because John is more of a chaotic truth person. He'd be over there more. That's favoritism. I don't like favoritism. I don't like doing that hierarchy stuff. You know, Angry Man came to my channel one day, and I mess with Angry Man, but I'm not finna do no hierarchy stuff. He is one of the pillars of the manosphere, but he don't mess with the manosphere no more. But he is one of the pillars from the manosphere. I acknowledge that. But I like to treat the whole panel fair. When Raw come over, when whoever come over, I like to have balance. I don't like nobody come over there. And even sometimes Rawdon came over there and she's like, nice, pull this up. And I'll be like, I don't want to be in the middle of it. I don't want to be in the middle of it, and I don't want to show no favoritism. Because now back in the beginning when that channel, but that channel is gone now, but back in the beginning when that channel began, I came from Fight Club to the Black House. So when people used to be on that channel, I didn't stop nobody from saying nothing in the beginning. And the big thing that made me change my mind about the whole thing was when one content creator went after another content creator and said all kind of foul, wild stuff. Then the guy who helped me start my channel and that other content creator came over there and said, nice, do you have any standards? And I was like, well, what y'all talking about? Like, do you have any standards? I said, to be honest with you, we heard this kind of stuff on Fight Club. They said, so you trying to make this another Fight Club? I said, no. Then I said, well, we had this kind of skirmishes in the Black House. He said, so you trying to be a mini Black House? I said, no, but these are the people from them places. And then they sat down, and I'm chopping it up with them because I'm trying to have an honest conversation. And they said, but like in real life, what is your say? I said, in real life, I wouldn't be around none of these people. I would never be involved in none of this. I'm a loner. I'm a private person. In my real life, I rarely do any yelling. Yelling? No. Not a whole lot of talking, like hi and bye. Community know me. The majority of the talking I do was when I was around them scouts. Because we had like Pinewood derbies and they had to do planning. They had to learn how to put tents together and all this kind of stuff. But even there, not a whole lot of talking, more so showing people how to do it. The kids came to the house one night and camped in the backyard. When I initially built the sheds, I painted them the scout color. They were green and brown. Before I decided to make that like awning that looks like a stage, and I put that heart up there because, you know, I thought me and my wife would be sitting up there. Initially, I was going to put a fleur-de-lis like the scouts. But let me get back over here. Let me get back over here because I'm multitasking. We want to move from that over to, let me see. This show is called Unhinged and Immoral Podcast. This show is called Trust Black Women with Kendrick Sampson and Monica Simpson. Let's go ahead and pull that up right quick for you. Let me see. Unhinged. Unhinged. Trust Black Women. Let me be. I don't like it. Cost me money. You don't act right. I don't know why it's dragging, but it's dragging. Maybe if we cancel this. Come on. Okay. Here we are. It is called Trust Black Women.
She fluent in that cash talk. Walk in the booth like Naomi on the catwalk. Let's tell them bitches whoop whoop from the Jaguar. It ain't even right though. Push me and I might go. She ain't getting money. I'm like, what the fuck the hype for? When them bitches bite flow, make my appetite go. Poof, gone. Voila, magic. Looking mad good just to pull up on them brand band.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another.
Okay. Got it all. Now let's go to the 7 stages of pulling this crap up. 3. Add to stage. And here we are. Trust black women. Now it says trust black women, but this is not going to be it's going to be about the alphabet community. But the name of the show is Trust Black Women. No, the name of the show is Unhinged and Immoral Podcast. But the title of the show is Trust Black Women. Let's go.
Episode of Unhinged and Immoral. Today we're doing something a little bit different, a little bit special. We have 2 people here who were a part of the Sister Song Round Table. First off, I want to introduce Monica Ray Simpson. She is the executive director of Sister Song, a Southern-based national women of color reproductive justice collective. Monica is a proud Black queer feminist and also an HBCU grad. For over 20 years, Monica has been organizing extensively for LGBTQ liberation, civil and human rights, and sexual and reproductive justice on a Southern to global scale. As a creative and cultural strategist, Monica lives by the charges set by Nina Simone that says, it's an artist's duty to reflect the times, and it is deeply committed to using the power of cultural organizing to educate and ignite the masses and dismantle systems of oppression. Mm-hmm. And that's what we need. We do. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. And we also have here Kendrick Sampson. Well, y'all may know him as Nathan. Yeah. Do people keep calling you Nathan in the streets?
I don't know. I ignore it. I only hear Kendrick.
Okay. But come on now.
Of course. You know
yes. Also in How to Get Away with Murder, The Vampire Diaries, All American, and also an activist in them streets.
You know what I'm saying? Be in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know, having a good time.
Well,
with the big dog over here. You know what I'm saying? Executive director.
Yes. Well, welcome to Unhinged and Immoral. You know, we are going to be talking about some serious things. We have our serious face. Exactly. It's going to get political because everything is political. Everything is political. But it is Unhinged and Immoral. Okay. So we're going to also cut up. Let's do it. A little bit. As we naturally do. Okay. Let's get straight into it. Mm-hmm. I'm very curious to know how both of you got into advocacy and activism work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're the big boss, so you start.
Inspire me.
I grew up in a very small rural town in North Carolina, like one of those one stoplight towns. Mm-hmm. It's called Wingate, North Carolina. Nobody knows where it's from. But in this town, and because of where it was situated in the world, like the building that was like one of the biggest buildings in our city was the Jesse Helms Welcome Center. And so those who don't know, Jesse Helms was a very racist, not great individual. And so I grew up with that as my backdrop. Mm-hmm. And I grew up in a place that was very black and white. I grew up in a single parent home. And so the experiences I had in my community, I was having so many questions like, why are the police always over here? Why is it that, we can't get access to the things that we need in this community? And I didn't have language around like the economic justice of a thing or criminal, justice or abolition. Like these are words I had to learn very, very much later in life. But those experiences in my life is what really led me to this work of social justice. Mm-hmm. I also grew up in a town where almost every young girl in my church, which was the epicenter of my community, was pregnant before graduating high school. We only had comprehensive sex education. Nobody had access to really understanding what was going on with their bodies. And I was always that little girl sitting in rooms with grown people asking questions that we're never getting any answers to. And I think one of the most pivotal moments for me, outside of like realizing that I didn't have what I needed around my own bodily autonomy and like being able to make those decisions for myself, was having an encounter with police in my community at a very young age. And after that happened, I was like, Mama, we gotta let's fight for this. Let's do this. And realizing that my mother felt so helpless in a lot of ways. And I was like, there has to be a way for me to do life in a way where these are not my circumstances and these are not the circumstances of my community. So all of those things and a myriad of other things is what led me towards understanding that I knew that I wanted to do work in this world that was changing the conditions for other people because I wanted them changed for myself. And when I came out in my HBCU, thought that was going to be a fun experience, and it was on many levels. But it was.
Now let me say this here. I understand what she's saying about the whole community and whatever else, and I don't know how you separate it up. But when I hear about this activism, the blurred line is, when I hear a lot of these people that identify what she just identified, it also has a misandrous angle to it. So when you listen to these people talk, one of the bigger things amongst that conversation is black man bad or men in general bad. The patriarchy must be taken down. So, see what I'm saying? So if this man is a part of that community and she's a part of that community and they're talking about rights and being empowered, a lot of the times the threat is a man. Well, as your girl Doechii said, one of her biggest red flags is a heterosexual man. So I guess he's okay because he's a part of the community. And when I hear certain people talk, they say things like, we need to let these boys play with dolls and do this and be free and come out and blah, blah, blah. Being a heterosexual man and thinking about being younger, there was dolls around. Wasn't nobody tripping off a Barbie or any kind of like doll. I just, they'll say, well, the reason why y'all play with action figures is that y'all got caught up in the game. And no, I just, and if you even think back about that stuff could be, when you think back now, and I think that we being just bombarded with the whole, this was gay, this was gay, this was gay, this gay stuff was all around you. So that could be a subconscious mind because that's where they talk about stuff. So they'll say, like when I was young, I used to watch the Thundercats and Lion. No. Well, you didn't think he was gay? We used to watch wrestling. You didn't think that was gay? No. No. When you saw Boy George and this, at the time, no, it went over my head. No. Well, how do you know unless you try it and curiosity and da-da-da-da. Still, no. I can understand because it's all over the TV, all in the cartoons, all on the radio. I understand that. Still, at the end of the day, what's going on with you? The individual. Some people, anything goes. They're just trying to get off. But yeah, when I listen to this stuff and we listen to the people in this space, listen a little bit more, listen a little bit more and be conscious of the stuff that people are saying around you. So when Philosophical and Sharon had that debate, and I was a judge over there, I'm listening to what Sharon is saying, and I'm listening to what Philosophical is saying. So I asked Philosophical, is he a pro-black? Because he reminds me of pro-black people. He said he's not pro-black because he doesn't believe in the concept of black. But it's in the realm of that to me, listening to it. But I'm old. When I listen to a lot of people now, I guess I'm just completely out of the loop. So they'll say something to me like, why are you listening to this? Because I want to hear what's being said. Because this stuff may affect you one day. So y'all talk about the Me Too movement, and now y'all talk about the women online. So then when I start talking about the waves of feminism, then I show you fourth wave feminism talks about social media activism. So it's going to be some educated or indoctrinated, whichever term you want to use here, to show you men are dumb. You're dumb and you're dangerous. And why are you dumb and you're dangerous? Because that Willie Lynch letter that don't exist said that you will be mentally weak and physically strong. Let's get back to it.
However, I realized how even in that instance, bodily autonomy came up to me there, and feeling like I was being ostracized because I was a gay student in a college, in the 99 and 2000s. It was not an easy time.
Yeah.
It was a fun time, but it was not an easy time to come out as a gay Black woman on an HBCU. And so many of those experiences led me towards this work. And yeah, that's kind of like what really got me started, from like those beginning kind of experiences for myself.
Come on, Y2K gay.
I'm just, I am so gonna make a T-shirt that says that Y2K
Come on,
gay.
you said the 90s.
What HBCU did you go to, Monica?
I went to Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina, and I loved it. I mean, it was an incredible experience. But I did drop out of school like 3 times. When I came out.
It took me a minute to finish.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? And for me, it was, again, I was a great student, but because when I came out, it was just so hard. And so I dropped out like 3 times, and I eventually finished and finished really, really well.
Period.
But yeah, that was my HBCU experience.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say it's changed too much.
No.
Even when we was there, it was like that.
This was fantastic. I've been inspired. I'm gonna go. That was really beautiful. I mean, I ain't got the college stories because didn't quite make it there. I went to Sampson University. That is my last name. In the streets of LA.
I should was saying Sam Houston. I was gonna be like,
not
Not
quite.
quite, yeah.
You feel me?
Yes.
No, I honestly, mine was just that I was always a misfit. I didn't fit in nowhere, and I didn't mind it. I just wanted to figure out why. And it made me study different cultures. I mean, even we were always on the crux of something. We was always on the edge of something. In between worlds. Like my family was super country, but they had made it to the city. And we lived literally between the country and the city. My grandma's town was like 300 people. And I was always, we also had white, Mexican, and Black folks in the family. And the Black folks in the family didn't like the white folks too much.
Well,
with very good reason.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean? Well,
yeah.
And there were different politics. And understanding I had to go to a different school every year, literally every single year. We got either kicked out, had to move, whatever it was. And I always had to figure out what the culture was and how to thrive in it despite not fitting in. And my goal always, in high school, we created the first, because there were fraternities, high school fraternities and sororities in
stepping at the
Houston.
school.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
In Houston. And our school was so racist, they kicked ours out for popping once. We did a look. And they said, you gotta.
They said,
and
no,
so
you got served.
one
That's
good-
just too
one
urban for
good-
me.
One good glute. And it was, they said we were gang for popping.
popping.
Wow.
Here's the thing. and so I went on, this was I didn't think it was activism by any means, but I went around and got a petition from all the teachers. This shit was racist, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah.
That is activism.
Exactly. I didn't think it at the time at all.
Yeah.
We was more worried about everybody was getting shot back then. Astroworld was getting shut down, and we were trying to figure out how to save each other. But I was like, what's gonna save us is having this little misfit crew over here. We don't fit in, we gonna fit in together over here, and we're gonna do what we need to do to make sure that we're good in this school, and that we make that who kicked us out pay, and make sure he has the consequences for his actions. But they were extremely racist. I thought I would move to LA and find something completely different. My goal was, as soon as I graduate, it can't be racist on the West
they're
Coast.
hippies.
Not as the South. No, it's not gonna be that way. Wrong. Wrong.
It's just a different brand.
Institutional around my way.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I went to this church. I thought this woman, Marilyn Bovian, who is now my sister, but she, at the time, my mom introduced me. She was friends with her boss, and so she became family super quickly. First person I met, I thought she was a producer. I thought she was gonna be putting me in movies. She put me in church.
Okay.
And when
Let's sit you down
she
real
wanted
quick.
me to have a really tight, it was a very small 200, 300 person church. And she wanted me to have a tight community. And that pastor, Frank Wilson, ended up being from Houston. And he would always make sure I was fed. And I really looked up to him. And what he said was, he told us that during the holidays, everybody go and ask each other for gifts. He was like, Jesus wasn't there for y'all to have a gift given. He was like, what would the gift to Jesus be on his birthday? Because what you like people coming to your birthday and asking for gifts? And so he was like, you got to go and talk to the folks that need it, you know. So we all went. That year we were like, no presents. This is when I was 18. No presents. Let's go to the homeless shelter and serve all day. It was a life-changing experience because I realized it wasn't for them, it was for me, because I was getting checked. Somebody asked for mustard and I was over there like, we ain't got no mustard, you get ketchup. And they was like, get that motherfucker some mustard. You know what you here for? Yeah, get him some mustard.
Get him some mustard.
And
listening, I feel out of the loop. I listened to Killer Mike. He says his real name on his show. I listen to Killer Mike, and maybe he's woke or whatever. And I don't have no like animus towards the alphabet community. It's no anger or, I don't want no harm to come to them. But sometime when I'm listening to them, it seemed like I could be wrong. They're blacker than me, if that makes sense. Because it's certain people in these streets that are saying stuff about alphabet communities and feminism and all these other things. And at the same time, they have a misandrous tinge to it. So we looked at a clip. It was Marquette, the saint in the center, talking to another fellow content creator, Stanley Cross, called a librarian. But she wasn't a librarian. She was a feminist, but an old school one. And what Marquette was trying to get across, and I don't think Stanley understood, was that he thinks that the feminist movement has been taken over by the alphabet community, and some of those alphabet ladies are misandrous towards men. I'm going to jump forward a lot. Let me see.
Listen, it's a really tough wing.
It is.
Reproductive rights is tough because no one, I wouldn't say no one, a lot of people don't understand it in general. Even women. Even women who have had children don't understand it.
Listen.
And it's a lot. It's difficult. I am a labor doula. Well, I just retired actually.
But yes, come on, labor doula.
I was about to say, when we get into that, I saw that. I was like, wait a minute.
I love this. Thank you for your sermon.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
And a part of that, the reasoning to which I decided to go into that line of work was, number one, my own labor and delivery story, which was its own thing.
Yeah, that's good.
And learning about the statistics of Black women dying. And I'm like, well, what's going on?
Yeah.
What's going we hold on now, something ain't right. That just don't make no sense. And what's always going to be the case is whenever we have these laws that get passed, it's always going to hurt those more marginalized groups first and foremost and the hardest. And that's really just kind of what it is. I remember talking to somebody about how these abortion bans are going to negatively affect women who want
Listen.
their children. I'm like, y'all
Absolutely.
don't understand how all the things are
It's
connected.
Correlated.
There are doctors leaving hospitals because they can't
Mhm.
perform their jobs. There are
Yeah.
hospitals closing, maternity
Absolutely.
wings closing.
And the criminalization that doctors are now
Yes.
scared of being faced with,
Mhm.
which is
Yeah.
also causing them to want to shrink and not be able
Yeah.
to provide healthcare in the ways that we
Mhm.
need them to. Absolutely.
Yeah, and even with the funding aspect, like there's so many things that we
Mhm.
got to fix for the
Yes.
maternity wing. Like it's so bad when it comes to funding. We already know healthcare is underfunded,
Absolutely.
but the maternity wing is even more underfunded.
It's hard.
Yeah.
They're always understaffed. I mean,
Yeah.
people gonna be having them babies, y'all. I don't know what y'all thought was gonna
I
happen.
don't
And if
understand.
you ban an abortion, more people gonna have babies. So you would think that more
Listen.
funding would go.
They ain't got no
Right.
sense.
So now it lets me know this is a scheme that Todd set up.
Todd is
Listen.
always setting up schemes.
Todd ain't
It's
never
always
gonna
Todd.
be.
It's always
That's
Todd. It's really interesting because I don't think that enough people understand the interconnectedness of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think that people think about babies over here.
Yeah.
They think about sex over here.
Mhm.
They think about abortion way over there because we
Yeah.
don't ever want to talk about
Right.
that. Like we think about fertility or infertility over here.
Mhm.
We think about all of these things in these very interesting buckets and silos.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that is not helpful for us. When you think about what you just said, Jamila, about, and most people don't even understand about, all these different things, it's because we were not taught to.
Yeah, at
Like
all.
I grew up in a town that was abstinence only sex education, which
Mhm.
means they were saying, don't
Just
do
don't
it.
do it.
Don't do it. I was definitely doing it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
now I'm interested.
I'm
No.
going to do
I wanna
it.
see
And
that.
so, I mean, people are going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember y'all, real talk, this is so funny. For my prom, they were like, if y'all sign the prom promise and don't have sex during prom,
Not the prom
that
promise.
you will then get a certificate to get a pizza from Pizza Hut. And I am a girl that loves food and I love Pizza Hut back in the day. And so I was like, well, I'm going to sign this prom promise
But-
and get this pizza because I got my sausage pizza.
Okay.
And I definitely had sex at prom.
For sure.
You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. And I'm
So
putting out
it's-
them boots after. Thank you.
Every single time. But I'm saying,
Wait a minute. She deceived the people to get the pizza and then broke the promise? We just gonna skip over that?
saying all those funny and silly things to say that we are not taught about our bodies. We're not given comprehensive, culturally relevant sex education. So people are starting at zero.
Yeah.
And they're starting at
absolutely.
zero, and then you just start going to doing it.
Mhm.
And then all of the consequences of doing it, right? We're just like, oh, do I need to check myself for STDs or whatever? Okay, cool. Oh, am I pregnant? How do I know I'm pregnant? Can I have this baby? And do I have everything I need to? The purpose of this work of reproductive justice is helping people understand that all of this is a continuum. It's all
Right.
connected to each other. And if you believe in racial justice, if you believe in Black liberation, if you believe in all these things that Black folks are putting their fists in the air for every single day, and you're not putting your fist in the air for reproductive justice and for maternal health and for Black women to be able to have the abortions that they need and to be safe, if you're not putting in your fist in the air, then you have a very short-sighted view of liberation,
Yeah.
in my opinion, right? Because these things are not, they're all inextricably linked to each other.
You're cutting yourself off from your true power.
Listen. And we go through these conversations a lot in our communities with folks about abortion specifically, and it was just so cool for the men to have that conversation the way that they did during the round table too, because we know it's a very politically, morally charged kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Our church roots, our respectability politics, all the different things make these types of conversations around sex and more specifically abortion very hard for people to have. And what we always say to people is you can have whatever view you want to.
Yeah. Right.
I'm not out here trying to be your evangelist to make you a thing. What I am saying though is that the government and nobody else should be making any laws that make it impossible for me to be able to have access to what I need for my own health care. And in Georgia, we lost 2 Black women. We told them. Sister Song was at the forefront of fighting against this abortion ban from the very beginning. We sued the state, the governor, all the different things, right? And we're still in a battle around these things. But we told them, but if you put this abortion ban in place, that Black women are going to die.
Yeah.
We said that.
Yeah.
And
we keep saying it.
And we keep saying it. And the first reports that came out, thank God to ProPublica for putting those things out. But the first reports that came out was that 2 Black women lost their lives because of this abortion ban.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I need people to understand the severity of this issue. It is not just about whether or not you want to talk about it or not.
Yeah.
People are losing their lives. They are dying.
Yeah.
Shout out to the conversation. Shout out to the conversation. We're going to move from that because we got people that don't even want to listen to the conversation. It was that thing that happened with Antwine and whatever else, and then when he started crying and weaponized the alphabet community at the end. But the next thing I want to listen to is called "We're Here, We're Queer. Now What?" Let's go to that. Let's go to that. Okay. Because I think a lot of people just ignore all this stuff that's taking place and how they're galvanizing and the kind of power that they have. And it's kind of lightweight scary to think that somebody's smiling, doing all this stuff, and they lightweight think you a month. They rather pick the bear.
Hi, everyone. Hi, PAX. How's it going? So welcome to our panel. This is We're Here, We're Queer. Now what? So this is going to be an LGBTQ focused panel about working in the industry, working on games with queer content, and just talking a little bit about, our personal experiences as developers within this space. So I'm really excited. We have a really fantastic panel lined up for you today. And we're going to talk about, our games, but also our day-to-day sort of, experiences. And I think it'll be really great. So to kick off introductions, hello, my name is Cheska. I am a game designer and developer currently based in Wisconsin. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm currently employed at Fulbright as a designer. Just recently started there. I'm really excited. And I also work on independent games, mostly multiplayer content or narrative-focused games. And the last thing that I'll mention is I also teach Introduction to Game Development for Marginalized Genders through an organization called Code Coven. So please check us out. We're entirely remote and online, and I'm really passionate about helping others get into games and start making their own games. So passing it off to the panel, let's go through and we'll do some quick introductions.
Sure. I'll get started. My name is Anna Valens. I'm a games journalist, mostly focusing on covering indie, adult, and queer games, usually the intersection of all those. I'm also an adult game developer myself, and I'm a sex worker as well that has a pretty big client base of geeky fandom, gamer queers. So I sit in a very interesting intersection there. And my pronouns are she, her.
Oh, I'll go next. Hi, everyone. It's nice to meet you all. And I'm very happy to be invited here to our digital panel. My name is Harbinoid. I'm also known as Dreadful Cancel. I'm currently employed by Team Nimbus, an indie game company, and we're working right now on our first production called Cloud Meadow. First production, and it is completely queer inclusive. So it's very exciting. I'm also non-binary. I use they, them pronouns. Oh, I'm also, hold on. We're talking about other things. I'm also, I work on, I've been working in the entertainment industry or the adult entertainment industry specifically for a very long time. I also work as a adult entertainer. Dancing, camping, all those things, and working in adult gaming, adult queer gaming, and adult entertainment really very heavily intersect and inform each other. I have like Anna said, I have a lot of fans who cross over from both my erotic artwork and into my adult modeling. So a lot of nerds who like to be horny.
Big mood. Heck yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. Who's ready to go next?
I'll go. Hi, I'm Danny Launders. I'm the head developer of the popular visual novel called Validate, struggling singles in the area. I go by they, she. I'm a non-binary woman. I'm currently chilling. Validate's pretty much my main priority.
Nice.
And it's great. It's queer. It's people of color. It's awesome. We have an Italian. He's kind of cool. But other than that, representation. We gotta have that white representation, y'all. But other than that, yeah, Stan Validate, Stan Yolanda. She's the best character in Validate.
Congrats on the Kickstarter, by the way.
Thank
That's
you.
so cool.
Hello, sorry, I was muted. Hello, my name is Veronica Nicotine Ripley. I'm a content creator on Twitch.tv. I'm one of those Twitch streamers you may have heard about. I do a lot of roleplay content, so I focus mainly on tabletop RPG and Grand Theft Auto roleplay at the moment. I also do some variety content occasionally, and I'm extremely trans. And I like to say, shoot. So.
All right. That's what I wanted from them. That is called We're Here, We're Queer. Now what? The Alphabet Community. That was from PAX Australia, PAX Australia. I was going to look at some other content, but I think We're Here and We're Queer is a pretty good name for this stuff because I believe that the fourth wave feminism and what it said about social media, that those people are coming to have an intellectual fight with you. And some of them will do like Entwine is doing. They're going to choose to be the villain and potentially could weaponize that and get your channel struck and everything else. To me, that's highly dangerous. Because where you guys may think you're just going, oh, he's a this and he's a that, that's going to be called cyberbullying. That's going to be if you piss him off for real, like he just did what he did there, and he weaponizes that, that's going to hurt you. So for him to show your broadcast while you're live streaming, that's a no-no. But I don't think he has any boundaries or whatever his pronouns are, because I don't want to mispronounce him because I'm learning all these things. But like we always do at this time, I love that TMKC came through. I love that Adrian Nicole is supporting me. We're starting back up on the grind. And we're just going to keep on working and get back to where we need to be. But for right now,
we'll shut this motherfucker down.
And be great.